30 minutes news presentation about Liberia and the rest of our one world. Today is Thursday, December 21, 2023. My name is Titi Gibro with this afternoon's presentation. In the headlines, President George Weah hails Armed Forces of Liberia for commitment to local and international peace.
The brave and dedicated men and women of the Armed Forces of Liberia present here today, and all those helping to keep our nation safe.
Unity Party National Chairman assures accountability and resolute fight against corruption.
We want to make sure that corruption will be fought at every level. Liberians, this demoniacal corruption that have eaten the soul of our country, we're going to step on the neck. We're going to come after it, and we're not going to joke.
Liberian troop ends peacekeeping mission to Mali following UN drawdown, and away from Liberia now, authorities extend voting into a second day after widespread problems led to delays in DR Congo. Sports, the news in French, a report of Monrovia's weather and foreign development are all packaged. Vavle Kamara first sets the pace with a bulletin of news.
The Armed Forces of Liberia says it is resolute in its quest to become one of Africa's peace architects in the world. The AFL says in furtherance of development and national coexistence, peace remains critical. Giving an overview of Liberia's peacekeeping mission to Mali and other countries, Major Zacchaeus Musgrove noted that the AFL had demonstrated high level of professionalism and love for the country and peace. Major Musgrove said about 800 AFL personnel participated in over 8 rotations during its 10 years of service to MINUSMA.
The Armed Forces of Liberia's involvement in peace support operation not only support the peace and tranquility of the host country, but enhances our force readiness, interoperability, economic empowerment, information sharing, and the activation of skills needed for operating in a joint operational environment, among others.
Major Musgrove spoke Thursday at the end of mission ceremony held in honor of AFL personnel who returned home after completing service at the United Nations peacekeeping mission in Mali at the Barclay Training Center in Monrovia. He commended the United Nations, U.S. government, and partners for technical and logistical support throughout their service. Meanwhile, the United States government is lauding the distinguished AFL personnel for their dedication and sacrifice towards the sustenance of global peace. U.S. Embassy Chargé d'Affaires Christine Rodriguez said amid terrifying conditions, the AFL served with commitment by enhancing the strength of the United Nations in combating terrorism. Madam Rodriguez believes the contributions of the Liberian Army will go a long way in promoting and protecting peace and democracy. She pledged the U.S. government's commitment to working along with the AFL to enhance its operations. President George Weah has paid tribute to the men and women of the Armed Forces of Liberia for helping to keep their country safe. President Weah, however, hopes that the AFL will continue to be committed to their responsibility while also ensuring international peace. The Liberian leader was speaking Thursday at the Barclay Training Center in Monrovia during programs marking the end of mission of the AFL in the United Nations peacekeeping mission in Mali.
I have no doubt, following your remarkable achievement in Mali, both at the level of the troops and as military staff officer, that you are on the path of greatness in international peacekeeping.
President Weah urged the Armed Forces of Liberia to continue on the path of international peacekeeping following their remarkable achievement in Mali. According to the Commander-in-Chief, the resilience of the troops was not only tested during hot weather, but 2 waves of infectious disease outbreaks, including Ebola and COVID-19. Meanwhile, President Weah has announced ongoing meetings with the UN to acquire armored personnel carriers, assorted vehicles, and self-sustaining equipment for the Armed Forces of Liberia. President Weah said the equipment, when acquired, will help the troops achieve their goals effectively. According to him, government approved an initial amount of $700,000 in the national budget for fiscal year 2022 to support the troops in the peace support operations. President Weah hopes that the incoming administration will continue from where the outgoing government stopped in order to prepare the AFL for more peacekeeping duties. According to the Liberian leader, the years spent in the field signifies the Army's contributions to peace, counter-terrorism operations, interoperability with partners, discipline, and professionalism. United Party National Chairman has assured Liberians that the incoming UP-led government remains resolute to fight corruption. Reverend Luther Tappe vowed that corruption will be fought at every level of state governance to ensure accountability. Speaking with Elbc Thursday, Chairman Tappe also noted that the incoming administration will strengthen the court system and officials will be made to declare their assets.
We cannot go back on our words. We will deliver this country. We want to get the very best, those with the expertise, the competence, the ability to understand the economic issues. And then, you know what? We want to make sure that corruption will be fought at every level.
The UP National Chairman also disclosed that a visit of President-elect Joseph Boakai to the United States is to seek international assistance for Liberia. Chairman Tappe said upon assuming the leadership of the country on January 22, Ambassador Boakai will begin the process of reconciling the Liberian people. National Palace of Correction in Grand Jida County has procured a huge quantity of medical drugs for inmates at the prison. The head of the prison, Crispin Doe, said the drugs valued at over $10,000 were procured from budgetary allotment of the county social development funds. Mr. Doe said the initiative has brought great relief to staff at the facility, as inmates will now be treated at the facility instead of being transported on bags to other health centers. A correspondent said the drugs will benefit more than 100 inmates at the facility. And Criminal Court A is entertaining final legal arguments between state prosecutors and the defense team in the murder case involving former Chief Justice and 3 others. According to our judicial reporter, jurors will immediately begin final deliberations on the case after final arguments to hand down either guilty, not guilty, or hung verdict in favor or against defendants Gloria Musu Scott, Rebecca Wessner, Alice Johnson, and Gertrude Newton. Both state prosecutors and defense team have since produced witnesses to inform their decision of jurors to bring the case to a logical conclusion. Defendants Musu Scott, Gertrude Newton, Alice Johnson as standing murder trial in connection with the death of Charlo Musu on February 22 at their Broadview residence.
Vavle Kamar returns a little later with our foreign development and weather report. One of our top stories this afternoon, Liberian troop and peacekeeping mission in Mali following UN drawdown. To this story now, the issue of an audit of the outgoing government and fight against corruption remains a major concern. Against this backdrop, the incoming Unity Party government has disclosed that it will not relent in tackling societal ills. The chairman of the party, Reverend Luther Tappe, was quizzed Thursday by Vavle Kamara on the Super Morning Show.